Well, very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another Flight Data Sim live stream. Today it's the 30th of January 2025. We're back in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020, and we're back in the PMDG 737 Boeing Converted Freighter. It's only the second time we've flown this. That's because Boris Audio Works very kindly emailed me last week and said, would you like me to try, or would you like to try out my sound pack? Now, I was introduced to Boris sounds in the excellent Flight 1 Boeing 737 MAX, and I think he's made a number of audio packs for a number of aircraft. I tested today, very impressed indeed. Best sounds I've heard for any NG. The default PMDG sounds are not bad, neither is the Zebo mod, but this has turned it up a notch. Genuinely, even from the flight deck, there's a few little things here and there, like the nose wheel skidding at every turn, but that's one of the only main things. But if you take a wing view, it sounds fantastic, and in the flight deck as well. And the air conditioning sounds are really realistic as well, so it is worth investing. It's a really reasonable price as well, $10, €10. If you love the PMDG 737, I wholeheartily recommend it. And we're live weather. We're here in sunny Minneapolis Saint Paul International. I know my states. This is Minnesota. We're flying to Milwaukee, General Mitchell International, Wisconsin. That's because eBuilds actually has free software for this scenery, which I've never flown into before. It's around a flight time of 55 minutes or so. I've also got the wear and tear texture set installed from the flightsim.to website by a chap called Clefian, which is really nice indeed. Now, I think it goes without saying, thoughts and prayers to everyone killed in that awful accident in Washington DC. Been reading a little bit about it in the CRJ. Was in a Black Hawk helicopter last night. Awful. What was going on, who knows, but thoughts and prayers. And incidents like this are incredibly rare, but you know, rest assured that when you fly, it is still incredible, safe form of transportation, aviation. And these things are incredibly rare, and we'll have to see what happened with that one. Anyway, let's have a look here who we have in chat. We zoom on into the aircraft here. This is the fantastic scenery by Flightbeam Studios as well. We've got Biohazard here, Doug209, list them in Milwaukee. Thank you very much. I'll try my best to do that. Yeah, Brendan, the idle sounds on this, exactly. When you start spooling up the engines as well, that sort of sound you get from the CFM is really well modelled as well. Domino Mosina, I hope you're doing well. Harry Hibbard, James Shirley, I hope you're doing well. Scott McVie, Av Community, a moment of thoughts, absolutely, as we were mentioning today. Awful news. Supercow, Andy Nortsky, Lee Holkoff, Having Store, a number of members here this evening. I hope you're doing well, guys. Lightspeed is here at the start of the chat too. Here we are, we're on the FedEx ramp here in Minneapolis, Saint Paul International. Where is all our moderators today to hopefully keep you all up to date? But there we are, Alpaca Cargo, looking very tidy and clean, and there is the Boeing Converted Freighter version as well. There's two, isn't there? The BDSF and this one. I went for this one. So it's fully compatible with GSX, so you'll see all the cargo loading up. We're going to simulate 20 tons of cargo, right up to the maximum zero fuel weight in this sector as well. Hi Rezian, hope you're doing well. Watching this while trying to study for my exams. Best of luck with all of your studies. Hope you're doing well. Thank you very much for popping in today. I'm clearly at the wrong ramp, Matt Burgess. You somewhere else on this airport. But yeah, where is Anthony Teal? That's what I was trying to remember, Pete, earlier. Yeah, where is he? I didn't even tell him I was flying today. I mean, I am actually on standby. My standby doesn't end until 11 o'clock, but the chances of being called now is incredibly unlikely. So yeah, that's why it was a bit of a short notice planned stream. I just presumed I was going to get called. Eddie Mambo, thank you very much for your continued support. Hope you're doing well. Member now for 3 years, I think that is, or 2 or 3. Thank you very much for your support for that entire period of time. Hope you're doing just fine, buddy. Ashley Downs joined the members community the other day and absolutely love it. Also recently joined the Alpaca Virtual Airlines on New Sky doing my first flight now. Excellent, Ashley. Let us know how you get on, which reminds me, I need to fire up New Sky as well for Alpaca Cargo, our subsidiary. So hopefully you guys can see New Sky up and running here. There we are. So remember, it's completely free to join Alpaca Airways. How many virtual pilots do we have now? 552. Fantastic. Well, if we can have 1,000 by the end of the year, we'll be doing really well. It's just past its annual anniversary, Alpaca Airways. Completely free to join, guys. So have a look on New Sky to join. Simbear, 2 months. Hope you're doing well as a member. Feels like forever. You've been very much actively participating. So thank you very much for your support, buddy, and welcome on board. Anyway, let's book our flight for this sector. So my flights, book a flight, free flight cargo. I made an error trying to find the Boeing Converted Freighter and the passenger version earlier. Thanks Domino Mosina for your help there. We're going with Alpaca 30, Alpaca 30, Kilo Mike Sierra Papa. We're flying into Milwaukee, Kilo Mike Kilo Echo, quite close to Chicago. It's a Boeing 738 Boeing Converted Freighter series. There we are. I think yeah, limits the cargo slightly up to maximum 0 fuel weight. We're departing at 2030 Zulu book flight. And look how many flights I've done this month. Amazing. There we are. Start flight immediately. Off we go. Fantastic. Right, check out. Not only the Boris sound pack have I changed, but for this aircraft, look at this wear and tear texture pack, completely free to download as well by Cleffian. You just drop it in the community folder. I thought with the Boeing Converted Freighter, we'd make it look really tatty. You know, it's an NG that's had a hard life flying passengers, then it's been converted. I've also made it with the original MCP, the Collins, the Honeywell. All these standby instruments in the original as well. We've got the retracts, fixed landing lights, as the NG was when they were first rolled off the factory in the late 20th century. Ew, that's nasty, says Listerman. Absolutely, but we're a freight dock tonight, so we've got to have a tatty old aeroplane. Right, let's get the show on the road. I'll be following my operators' SOPs and procedures as usual. Completely cold and dark. We've got the latest PMDG updated and installed. Right, you can hear the sound straight from the bat. Battery on. GPU on the bus. Electric hydraulic pumps are coming on. Landing gear lever is down. We have 3 green lights here, 3 green lights there. And you can hear already. Just pause the music. All the sounds are a little bit different. Excellent. Freight flight daytime. I know it's a bit of a unusual situation, but there we are. Perfect. So we've got the electrical power all on. Fault and fire tests. Squibs. 6 green, faults, AP detector in op, master caution overheat detector. Let's do a fire test as well. I thought earlier on, for your amusement, I might turn the failures on for this stream, so we at least get 1 failure. I'm not going to do the failure every 5 minutes like we did that 2 streams in the past. I'm going to do another one of those at some point, but I'll make it so we have at least 1 failure and see what happens. Just remind me to do that before takeoff. Fault and fire test complete. Fire bells are all illuminated. Push the attend button. Let's fire up GSX for this sector as well. So request boarding.
Boarding requested.
There we are. Oh, what's happened to my screens? Why have my screens not come on? There we are. GSX is doing its thing. It's opening up the huge door here. I'm a little bit concerned the screens aren't coming on. Is that a bug? They're not turned down. When I did my test sector, it did some really weird... Oh, there we are. It did some really weird things, sort of... that's the failure. Brilliant. It did some really weird things when I sort of went out of this view and came in here. It was really blurry. And then the textures would reload. It was during the engine start, but yeah, I don't know what happened there. Anyway, there's the 20 tons of Minnesota goods and cargo being flown to Wisconsin. And there you can see aircraft on that sim here as well. In real life, you have to have hydraulic A on to get the door up. It is on, I suppose. I think I left the pumps on before the aircraft was shut down. What on earth was that bang? Yeah, we'll get the tug attached now as well. Okay, all distracted. Fault fire test done. Seatbelt signs, there's no passengers. We'll just put all these on, chime on. Flaps are up, which match the indicated position. And it has a different cargo fire system here in comparison to what I'm used to. Main, forward, and aft. So I guess it's the same test.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Thank you. So that's all done. Cargo fire test complete. Pins are in. Gear extension doors checked. Excuse me, I've only had my dinner half an hour ago. Circuit breakers are all in up here. Stall warning test we need to wait a little bit longer for. Mach airspeed warning test. Flight recorders checked. IRS to nav.
Departure checks completed. Bypass pin inserted.
Thank you. Circuit breakers are all in, safety equipment, etc, etc. I've noticed on the Boeing Converted Freighter it doesn't open, and the textures back here are a bit... They're meant to be like that. It's the normal passenger variant like that. It's a bit blurry, but fortunately you can't see anything, and that's as far as you can go. Worth mentioning, everyone in chat, Longcat does fly the Boeing 737 Converted Freighter as well, and I've noticed, unlike the passenger variant, we have a large main cargo door light illuminate there, which is pretty cool. Excellent. Right, we're done our initial safety inspection. Everything's configured as we want it for now. No ATC here, however I did receive a PDC clearance automatically, which I can bring up here. So it says Doesn't appear to be any ATC. Please squawk 7070 for your IFR flight from Minneapolis to Milwaukee. It's laid a new identification if ATC does come online. So we'll set the squawk 7070 now. 7070. Perfect. We'll set the cruise then. I think we're 310 today. 310. Let's just have a look at the OFP. Yeah, cruising to flight level 310, which is set. Right, let's get the weather from the METAR. Unfortunately, there's no ATIS here at all. Lee says, evening Captain, V1 Sim was very excited by the Boris sounds when he flew them on Monday. Yes, I have done a little test sector. They are really, really good. If you're a passenger on the 737 frequently, you'll definitely notice the similarity. And also, the fact that you can't hear the engine sounds as much with the default sound is quite realistic as well. It's 11 degrees here, guys. Surface wind 290 at 6 knots. So we're going to depart off runway 17, which is closest for us for the cargo departures. And the altimeter 2976. So if I press B, it should set that automatically. There it goes. We'll select traffic on here. Lighting's all set as well. Let's now load up FMC. So latest AIRAC installed. Kilo Mike Sierra Papa. Kilo Mike Sierra Papa. GPS left is in route. Let's request our flight plan. There it is from SimBrief. So all the information's here. Let me just bring up Navigraph as well. So flights, use SimBrief OFP. There we are. Oh, what's happened? There are SimBrief route. So set the payload, 59.6 tons. There we are. Set the fuel, 5 tons. It does put like absolute minimum block fuel, so you have to immediately push back after you start the APU. But the weather's really nice also in Milwaukee. It's a bit windy, but it's straight down the runway. 230, 14, gusting 22, and expecting runway 25 left. But the forecast is pretty good. Later on, a bit of rain and drizzle, but we're going to be on the ground way before any of that starts. So we'll take standard block fuel of 5 tons, which is uploaded already. Fantastic. Now let's load the rest of the routing in via ACARS. You can see it's all tatty down here as well. This texture pack is really cool. Matthias, we missed the beautiful X-Plane 12. Yes, fantastic sim, but this is just as good. I do enjoy flying this a lot. Steve Boris is already working on an update to the sound pack apparently, and personally I love it already, especially the headphone function, which in cruise I'm doing something else. Yes, you can use the headphone function, which I did play around with, so if you want to listen out on VATSIM, that's quite useful. Right then, so departing off from Kilo Mike Sierra Papa 1. What's happened here? Guys, that's right. That didn't happen on my test sector either. Okay, arrivals. Have we got those? Right. Well, the arrivals. Well, I've updated the AIRAC. Click load. Oh, I did that though. Look, it's loaded it all. Because I didn't put any of this in manually, or did I? Did I miss that? Probably. Hi Link, Flight Sim, love watching your stream, struggled to watch them live, but I've made this one, hope all is well. Very well, thank you very much. Yes, I don't think I pressed the load button, did I? No, I didn't. Runway 17 and Colt 7 via Delta Lima Lima, and the route is in via Bay. And there's no stars into Milwaukee, so we're going to fly the RNP Zulu, runway 25 left via Brands. Execute. I'm not looking in chat right now because I'm going to get some banter. Right, I've joined it all up. Basically, what we're going to do is fly this short sector from Minneapolis, Minnesota, I'm trying to get all my states right, to Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Did you know that Milwaukee is the busiest airport in Wisconsin? And there we are geographically, if you're unaware. There's the United States of America, and Chicago down there to the south. And yeah, there's no stars, so literally at Bay, I've just got to work out what to do. And all I'm going to do is go from Bay direct to Brands, and then position myself downwind for the RMP approach. There we go. That's all loaded. Performance then. Zero fuel weight is in reserves for this sector, which is to go to Chicago O'Hare, I believe. what do we need here? Reserves 2.4 tons for... It's called Chicago here, I believe. 2.4. Cost index 30. 31,000 feet. Top of climb wind 247 at 60. It's pretty much the same as the average, so I'll just leave that in. Oh, it's already put the ISA. America 18,000 feet. Kira Border Collie, welcome aboard as a member. Glad you joined the content. You get invited to our members only Discord. Hope you enjoy using the customers in chat. Thank you very much for the support. Wonderful. Right, runway 17 performance coming in. Import from the operational flight plan. Import the data from the aircraft. I think actually we can't do intersection departure, so we'll make sure we'll do runway 17. Oh, Sasha, you've just gifted 5 members. Thank you very much. Welcome on board. Lee JC, Will Hedward, who's come back as a member. Welcome, buddy. Jacob Blasak and Karzal have all been gifted members from Sasha. Thank you very much, Flying Walnuts. You are an active member of the community, and I really appreciate your support as well. And it's a very generous offer. Thank you very much indeed. And I hope you're, well, you won't be at work at the moment, so thank you very much for popping in and with that generous gesture there. Thank you. Matt, thank you for the 8 months as a member. Oh, hello there with Tom Cruise. Thank you very much for continued support as well. Brilliant. Right, here's all the performance data. Acceleration height 1,500 feet. Calculates that saying TO1. I think it's going to go off for ages. TO1 37 degrees, so we'll go with that. TO1 37 degrees. Assumed 91.9. That should be the last one now. Great. Take off flap 5. CG going straight in. 4.96. 4.96. That's set, and the V-speed's 38, 39, 45, all set. V2 on the MCP 145. Great. Let's just do the overhead panel scan. Yaw dampers on. Nav transfer display switch is normal auto. Fuel 4 pumps on. Check the crossfeed. Bright, dim, bright, off. Looking good. Window heat's on. Probe heat's off. Voice recorder can come on. Pax auto, 31,000 feet. I think the elevation's about 800 feet, so I'll just set that to 800 for now. Lighting's good. Flight directors are on. Runway heading and courses are set. Order brake to RTO, reset fuel flow. What we're going to do is set this up ready for failures for a bit of fun. PMDG aircraft failures, all systems. So I'm going to put yes, and events per 10 hours. Could somebody work out, it's a 1 hour flight, so if we could have it set so there's a failure every 45 minutes, could someone do some mathematics for me? And how many events is it per 10 hours to make sure I have a failure within 45 minutes? Oh no, actually hold on, I could just put, no, it doesn't matter, I could just put event limit to 1 and go from there. Or we'll work it out later. I'll leave it on Jim's side. He can decide what failures we have. Right, that's the aircraft pretty much set up. So briefing, we check the routing in the FMC. Ground distance is 284. We can do a gross error check on that on the progress page. 287, that's good. Arriving with 3 tons of fuel. We need 2.4 for the reserves. The instrumentation we then all check. Make sure we're happy. Clocks matching Jim's side. Altimeters matching the yellow arc, cross-checking the altimeter with Jim as well. Takeoff briefing, runway 17, my takeoff, flap 5, noise 2, and engine out SID. We'll climb straight ahead to CMSA in this sector to the south. It's 3.5 all the way around, so we'll climb straight ahead, runway heading 4000. Emergencies we've discussed. Taxi, let's have a look where we are going. So short taxi for us here in Minneapolis. You push back facing northwest, Tango, Yankee, Kilo, full length runway 17, and then the SID is a Colt 7, which is runway heading. For assigned headings, we're probably given a heading to go in the wrong direction, but we'll just maintain runway heading. Cross 7 miles at or above 3.5, then assigned altitude. If unable to comply, advise ATC. So I've got the Minneapolis VOR active. What we'll do is climb runway heading. There's no ATC here. Just make a left turn at, let's say 3,500 feet en route. There we are. All looking good. I'll get the APU started. We'll enjoy the sounds outside whilst I catch up with chat. Can you hear the APU starter? Need to get GSX ready as well. All these sounds are new. Have a listen. Going by the cockpit, that's one of the loose NGs. Drag required, brilliant. 23 Wizzy, what graphics do you use? High end on Microsoft Flight Simulator. Lithium says, hello there, would you be interested in reviewing our new Riga scenery on one of your upcoming streams? Lithium Design, absolutely. Who here in chat would like us to go back to Riga? I might not have been there in real life. Drop me an email, Lithium Design, in my community. Go to my YouTube homepage, About section, you'll find my email address, and we will be flying into Riga as soon as you send it over. Love that airport. Roland said, if you hear loud noises in the back, check to make sure the Zebo cleaners haven't invaded your PMDG. Yeah, very loud. Addy said, look at the state of that glare shield. Never realised it was edible for when the pilots got hungry. Unbelievable. Yes, it's it's had better days. Brilliant. Perfect. Look above at the. Just seen the message, Donna Mosina. We will be there. Riva is an excellent destination. We've been there a few times virtually, but no, not in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Right. Presuming that's what it's for. Okie dokie. APU's on the bus. Excellent. We'll get GSX ready and request pushback. So that shuts the door. Did you hear the now that's a bit unrealistic actually. When you start the aircraft with the battery, you do get a little mini stick shaker go but not usually when you switch a source of AC power. It's only on the initial startup. Perfect. Go around the other side, deafen us by the APU air inlet. Oh yeah, with the air being sucked in. Ah. Yes, it is very loud here when you do the walk around. Perfect. Oh no, it's not. Oh, it's GSX's ridiculous pushback direction, which I never remember what to do. What do I do, guys? I want my nose, watch my mouse, I want my nose facing this way. This way. Basically. I never know which goddamn direction it is. I couldn't find a GSX profile. Where do I want to go? Which one? Is that nose? Let me look at the plane from the pushback perspective. To me, that says nose to the right. This one. To face northwest. Nose left! Nose left. Tail right. Yeah, nose left. But that's not the perspective from the... is it from in the cockpit then? Nose left from the cockpit. That one, yeah? Right. From your perspective. Nose left. Got you. From your perspective. I swear someone told me last time it's from Doug's perspective. Right. APU's on the bus. Backs off. That could come on. Anti-collision light. What else? Oh, I need to do some other things, don't I? Transponder out off. I need to... Menu... FSX... FSX... not FSX actions, isn't it? Ground services... Release... Removed.
Release parking brakes, please.
Master caution, air conditioning. That will be dual bleed. Parking brake released. Look at that for an on time. Oh no.
Release parking brakes, please. Commencing push.
Commencing push. Let's go.
Start at will.
Chat's lying. The other right. Oh no. Well, oh, I just. I don't. I'm going to be facing the wrong way, aren't I? Don't forget failures. Yeah, I'll turn that on just before takeoff. No, you guys are right. That's good. That's good. I'm facing the right way. Brilliant. I think. Is it starting to turn? Yeah, look, it's starting to... Am I being... Oh, no. We're now going the other way. Uh-oh. Can I just say, like, the direction? The other left. We want to listen to these amazing sounds on this sound pack anyway. Just do a 360. Yeah, we're going the right way. We're going the right way. Who remembers for the Cross the Pond stream when the 777 did a 360 after pushback? Right, let's listen to these sounds. First one in, outside or inside? We'll do the other one, but which one do you want to hear first? Don't worry, you chose the right one. Yeah, I know, Longcat, I know. So confusing. Right, Maverick Mike, you were first. Outside, you've got it. Starting engine number 2. What's going on with my rudder? Fantastic, this is really good. I'll let it max motor for a short while.
Please set parking brake.
Hold on. What's she doing with her knees? She's like doing some knee going up and down. That's probably around max motoring now. So I'm just going to go inside. Parking brake, 28.5.
Unlocking gear.
Okay. Oh, excellent. Really good. Lithium design, thank you. That is spot on. I have been on the apron of many of an airport with a 737 NG, and that is really good. Perfect. Right, starting engine number 1. And I'm just,
Tow truck disconnected.
when you spool up the engine, the
5
sound
pin
is so
removed.
good. Head 2.
Left is clear. Right is clear.
Cheers, love. Head 2. Do the next one from the cabin. Okay. I've got some saved views. Oil pressure M1. I think the only view I've got is back here though. It's not the best. That's a bit better, but it's the wrong side. Of course, there's no cabin. Listen to that. Awesome. Listen, I'm sorry, this is 2020, right? Yeah, this is 2020, but whatever your scenery is, we'll use it 2020, 2024, explain. No idea, but you'll be promoted, don't worry. Right. Starter, sounds very excellent. Starter, cutout, monitor 1 and 2. I think she needs to end her shift. Bye. Did she show me the pin? I'm not sure. Alright. Before taxi flow. Perfect. Amazing. That is bang on. when you get the air packs on, and you just get that rush of airflow. Flaps to 5. Perfect. Flap 5. I'm sporting a cardigan. Oh my god, my fat belly. Right. Forward. Back. I might need to left. Right. Left. Right. Crikey, yeah. I'm getting a bit tubby now in my midlife crisis. Perfect. I did the rudders and I recall the lower DUs blanked. We then read the before taxi checklist. Alright then, perfect. Oh, sorry, flaps from the window. Alright, I'll cycle the flaps to... I don't really have a window view though. You can't really hear it in this view. Looks like full of cargo. I need to go over the wing. I hope I'm not blocking the taxiway. Right, I'll just... Unfortunately, I've chosen the wrong type of plane. There you go. Very good flap sounds. I've just gone from 10 to 5, I think. Perfect. Now I'm at flap 2 now. I'll go to flap 5. Perfect. Someone's got comfortable. I don't know, maybe it's this tier I life. No walking to the terminal to get to the aircraft anymore. Right, there's no ATC, or imaginary request taxi. So I'm going to taxi Tango, left Yankee, right Kilo, hold Kilo 10, runway 17. Listen to this sound when I spool up the engines. And you've got to do it from the engine view, because this is amazing. Have a listen to this. It is spot on. It's that rush of airflow you hear when you spool up. It's really, really good. Outside as well is really spot on. Ah, it's just... And even for the cockpit as well. And remember, you're very much in front of the engines, and you don't hear them as loud as this. Yeah, that air rush sound is perfect, long can. That must be really hard to model. Yeah, the whoosh is so nice. I mean, hands up in chat if you've flown on a 737NG or anything with a CFM. Pretty much everyone here in chat, probably. So good. Oops, put a little bit too much gas on. Beautiful. Drag required said looks like the plane's leaning left. Does it? Not sure. It's a very clean external paintwork. Right, one thing that's Boris has modelled, we need to go... Oh, yeah, I forgot about the braking here. When you turn, make a left turn or a right turn, you hear the nose wheel skidding if you go a little bit too fast. It's quite realistic. It scrubs, but it does it all the time. So you hear that. It only really does that if you're on the edge of the grip. Sort of 10 knots if you yank the till around, but... Perfect. Yeah, the sound you get from the external behind the engine when you spool up. Listen to this. So good. Oh, a bit wet here. It's like the de-icing pad. Perfect. Oh dear. Who's that? Who's just joined as a member, or is it just member pinged? That is Martin Kill. Thank you very much. He says, "What is the sound? What is the sound when you hit one of the taxiway sides? What? You want me to make that sound? Kadunk? I don't know. Thank you very much, Martin, for your continued support. Oh dear. Actually, no. It's more like." Right, before takeoff checklist, config check, flaps, we have 5 green lights, stab trim, 5 units set, takeoff briefing, Pax auto, bleeds on, V speeds, 38, 39, 45, set MCP, departure. It's the Colt 7, runway heading 3,500 feet, left turn en route, climbing to flight level 310, NADP2, engine out, SID, runway heading 4,000 feet, MSA reviewed. Cabin, there is no cabin crew or passengers, so secure, checklist complete. Got you all. Oh dear. There we are. Beautiful. Right then, well, as a bit more of a fun stream then, let's turn these failures on. So, menu, we will do one of these full-blown failure streams soon, I promise. A failure every 5 minutes or whatever it is. But for now, we will put on, if I can remember how to, aircraft failures, all random failures, yes. Limit events, yes, to 2. And how many do I need? I'll just hold short kilo 10 here, hold on. How many do I need to type this into? I don't want them to happen immediately. What time do I need to put in within 10 hours to ensure I have 2 within this flight? Oh, I'm going to be right close to that. Ugh, there we are, I don't want to get any closer than that. Not blocking anyone on that sim, am I? No. Right, parking brake set. 30. Is it 30? So I need to put 30 in the next 10 hours, limit to 2. Oops. Ah! Right. Correct, execute, done. Alright, I should get some sort of failure. Alright, well if I get it during the takeoff roll, so be it. I'll just have to do an RTO for the master caution. And we'll have to see what they are after we land. Right, takeoff clearance given, cleared takeoff. Oh, the throttle L nav. No, it's heading set departure. Transponder TAR. Oh, I need to be VAT simming, don't I? I'm not even on the right frequency. Parking brake released. Okay, what's the surface wind here? It is 2906. Slight crosswinds. Perfect. Dual engine failure after rotation. Brilliant. Oh yeah, I need to be advisoring. Yeah, thank you. Let me just... Oh no, it's some CTAF business in the US. Well, I'll just unicorn, never mind. There we are. What? Pay it. Well, I'm not going to hurt anyone. Right, turn on that. There we are. Minneapolis traffic, Alpaca 30, taking off runway 17, departure to the east. Okay. Right, we're going to do engine sounds outside or inside initially, just for the spool up. I think inside from the cabin. We'll try and do a few views there. Oh, look at that windsock. Microsoft Flight Sim 2020 still has it. It's amazing. Right, weather radar on. I should have airports as well. Let's go to Milwaukee, Wisconsin. 40%.
Welcome.
Amazing. That sounds good. Stabilised. Better turn yoke cam on as well. Set takeoff thrust. Superb. There we are. And you don't hear it as loud as that from the cockpit as well. Beautiful. Takeoff thrust set indication, or hold on, hand on the thrust lever. ATOS checked, there was no forward pressure. Slight tailwind is alright. Ooh, rotate sounds. Oh, that was a bit of a fast rotation. Not much of a dead band. Pause rate of climb. Gear up. Perfect. Trim. Look at it. Look at this sim. It's insane. Oh, superb. It's like we're going on holiday. Oh, guys, I need to do a bit of work. Bug up. Speed trim system trying to trim on the opposite scent. Very good. It's very tidy, this PMDG. Flaps on. Climb thrust is already engaged. Flaps up. I'll get the autopilot in today. Command A. Superb. Sim looks fantastic. Wow. That's awesome. Right, 3,500 feet. We'll now proceed en route. Taxi. Execute. LNAV available. LNAV flaps up, no lights. VNAV. Set standard. Oh, well, the transition altitude is 18,000 feet. Well, screw it, there's no ATC. Standard set. Passing 45, flight level 310. After takeoff checklist. It's coming up. And you get the airflow in the rear of the cabin as well. Superb. And you got the increased airflow now as it accelerates to 250 knots. Drowns out the engine. Ah, it looks so good. Amazing. Right, best of the after takeoff checklist. Gears off, auto brake off, air conditioning and pressurization. Turn off the retracts and taxi as well. 2.5. I'll have to turn it down a bit, otherwise I won't be able to hear myself think. There we are, now we're on flight. 2.5. Temperatures are fine. Oh yeah, there's cargo anyway, set. And there's no cabin crew or passengers, so that's all good. Checks complete. ETA 2127. External sounds are actually fine. Here you wouldn't hear it much. Can't sense a big difference, but it's the inside sounds are amazing. Dead mode, yeah, the headphone mode, I know, but it's very quiet and it is realistic, but I think for me streaming, not so good. Here we go. There you go. I mean, these are, if my noise cancelling headset was like this at work, I'd be like, yeah, I want some buys to sell on. My A20s aren't as good as this, but it's nice. It's a nice feature. Nice. Need to hear what it's like right at the back if you get the jet wash sounds at higher thrust settings up. Well, you definitely get some jet wash, that's for sure, long cat. Right, 10,000 for flight level 310, pre-cruise check, fuel 4 pumps, all forward facing lights off now. Verify APU's off, pressurization 4.0 set, no belts, recall. Oh, we've got no faults yet, we've got failures on now, remember, we should get at least a couple on this sector. Checks complete, unless there's nothing, no fuel leaks or unenunciated failures, which could well happen. Hopefully I'll get a window overheat or something. Gear aboard a collie, the new member. I hope you're doing well. Why does gear have an off position? I always fly with the up setting since the thrustmaster yoke only has up and down. What's the difference between up and off? So on the NG, you want to put it in off, which depressurizes the hydraulic line so it can sit on the gear lock, which basically gives more longevity to the hydraulic A system that holds the gear up, essentially. You need an engineer for the full detailed answer. Now, there is a workaround, because as you see here, I have the gear lever, and I have to, if you watch my rotation, when I put the gear up, I have to put it up, then straight down again. It's a workaround. How to do that, I was told by a member, but there's a forum post which explains how to make it work. It's a workaround, which works really well for me. So I'm just recommend you use that as well. Lilo pilots, good news. Microsoft Flight Sim 24 SG1 beta looks like very promising. Ground textures finally fixed. They look crisp, better than 2020 because of the lighting. Even PMDG iFly works. Really? Is that an official update by PMDG and iFly, though, Lilo pilot? But I have heard about the texture improvement. We'll have to look again. I think the Phoenix A320 has been coined as an aircraft we need to fly in 2024 because that is fully compatible. Lithium Design, I see you've emailed me, thank you very much. I will get back to you and look at that at some point. Looks like we're going to Riga, guys. Sasha, dramatic suspenseful music starts as the pending failures loom. Oh. All the failure flights I've done, I usually have about 10 failures by the time I get to the top of climb. Shamrock 422, thank you, been a member for the member of the channel for a month. Thanks for your support, buddy. Hope you're doing well, and thank you for the support. Oh, I forgot. My faithful co-pilot is here today. Oh no, not the duck. The dog. Quack and duck and Jack. Quack and Jack. Jack. You alright, bud? He's very tired today. Long walk, and he went out with us for lunch, and he was good. Everyone loves him, fed him, he's had loads of food. Yeah, really long walk this morning. Duck cab, I know. Jack, can you come on your bed? Come on your bed. Come on your bed. Come on. Come on your bed. On your bed. There he goes. There he goes. More comfortable, isn't it? More comfortable there. Yes, he's a tired boy. He'll be asleep within about 2 minutes. He's already closing his eyes, look. When isn't Jack tired? He gets walked every day. He loves life. Oh, bless him. And he's 10 years old next month, guys. 10 years old. Good boy. There we are. I'll try and catch him in a second when he's asleep. Oh, camera seems to naturally be attracted to my belly. Right. Yeah, he's smooth now. So past 20,000 feet, do a quick pressurization check, 6.0. Looking good. Keep recalling the master caution. Right. Now, how do you get... Oh, you can have like your charts en route here, can't you? With... Ah, there we are. Yeah, you can... Well, that's great. Well, how do I drag it? Alright, well, I'll just have to switch map, Navigraph. Yeah. Unfortunately, you can't pan off your aircraft, can you? Oh, no, you just have to unlock your location. Right, let's just leave that on so we can monitor our route. First failure, yeah, dodgy map. Hello, Atlantic Velois, hope you're doing well. Or Velocycle, can't read. Ah, yeah, we'll have to start setting up when we get to top climb, very short sector. And the scenery here we're flying into is completely free to download. It's from Indie Builds, Milwaukee, large airport as well. I think it was, I don't know if they've done many free ones, but it's very generous of them. Boeing Flight LP, evening captain, thank you for all your content as usual. Just wondering if you had any tips or methods of flying raw data holds in the NG. Thank you. Well, that's pretty hard to do. So really, raw data flying is all about vertically pitch and power. So if you want to maintain an altitude, well, I mean, let's say we're holding at the 5,000 feet, about the upspeed. You want an altitude around 5-6 degrees, probably around 55-60% based off your gross weight. And then, yeah, I mean, push the head, pull the tail on the needle. Really, you wouldn't do this, and anyone's probably done this in the last 25, 30 years. And then on the downwind leg, was it 3 times the wind for your drift or something along those lines? I remember it's been nearly approaching 15, 20 years since I've done any raw data flying. I was actually demonstrating to a line crew the other day how to do. We did a DME arc with an FMC failure, and sort of did the turn 10 twist 10. It worked really well in the full motion sim. But yeah, it's long past my knowledge. Yeah, triple drift downwind, vaguely rubber. Yeah, probably double drift at 7.3 speeds. Absolutely, yeah. Long cat, not going much quicker. But I will never have to or have had to do a raw data hold in a 7.3. Powerplay says, hi Captain, notice some 737s have 6 light switches on the upper panel. What is that extra switch? 6 light switches. Ah, you're referring here. So, on the newer NGs, the Max, they ditched the retractable lights. Okay, so if you have 2 positions for the retractables. You have, well, I have 3. You have off, you have this position, which extends them. We need drone cam for this, hold on. See there where they're folded in here. I think it's PMDG, it's just boring photo texture, but there you go, there's the lights. Now if I quickly flick them to the extend position, there you go. See them extending out? There they are. And we can then turn them on. There you go. So they ditched that because it does actually add a little bit of drag. Someone told me if you were to leave them out, it increases fuel burn by 1%. But yeah, there they are. They got rid of those on the last NGs, the Max, for the LED lights in the wing route. Surprised they're not 3D lights. Yeah, I feel like PMDG texture the copy is really nice, but they have some very sort of flat textures elsewhere. By the way, though, it's flying fantastically today. The rotation was a bit Microsoft Flight Sim-ish, but the actual how the autopilot's working and the FMC logic's very, very good. Very good. I would rate it in a way better than the Z-Boat system-wise, sort of how it's manipulating with the FMC and the automation. What's the point of the extended position? Well, if it was on in its position shamrock, you would be able to illuminate anything ahead of you, so it has to be extended then on. But that's just the way they originally designed it. Greg, where are we going from and to? So you'll always find the airport information up here in the stream. So we're going from Minneapolis, Kilo Mike Sierra Papa, to Milwaukee, Kilo Mike Kilo Echo. And I always, all my videos and streams, put in a little bit of a video description explaining what we're doing during the stream. I always like to do that, and I always update it to say what scenery I'm using, any add-ons I'm using, not usually all the plugins and whatnot. So if you always look in the video description, guys, you can find all the information about the stream and what I'm using during said stream as well. Harry, when's the Felis stream? You mentioned one the other day, another 7.4. Right. I'd like to do then Felis 742, want to go, Felis 742 and this Riga scenery, and the next career episode. That's what I've sort of got lined up then. I can't do it the next 2 days, I'm back to work. This is the middle of my working week, I was on standby today. Potentially something Saturday evening, but very potentially. Next week I'll endeavour to do Felis and Riga then. Well, this aircraft's... I haven't had any failures yet. Has any been activated? None. I know it's cheating, but I definitely turned it on, didn't I? Yeah, look. It's all on. 2. So far, so good. Hello, Will Laugh says hello, live in the US, so it's the first time being able to catch stream live. Going through the VATSIM new members course now, and I hope to join you on a VATSIM flight soon. Best of luck, Will Laugh there. Now look out for the VATSIM First Wing events, which you actively encourage as new VATSIM members to participate in. And the ATC, who are already very patient and flexible with regards to a lot of people, are even more so. So be sure to look out for those events. Maybe the toilet's broken, probably drag required. Andrea, great question. I don't have any model matching for Microsoft Flight Sim 2024, so when I go on VATSIM and Microsoft Flight Sim 2024, all the aircraft are white and bland and boring. Fly water, yeah, galley power, no coffee. Yes, my sort of failure. Great. Well, top of descent, ladies and gentlemen, is only 67 miles away. A little under 10 minutes, so we really need to start punching some stuff in here. There we are. Only a short stream to test the sounds, but in the cruise, bob on these sounds. Really, really good. And in the cabin, you can hear the airflow. Yeah, really nice. Sorry for all this dodgy textures here. It was really hard to set up the wing views in the converted freighter. There we are. Beautiful day here in the United States. I turned it on, didn't I? As the yoke comes off in your hands. Brilliant. Right, speed's coming into the FMC. Execute forecast winds. Let's get those from ACARS. Perfect. Pull the conditioner lever. Brilliant. Let's press that. Maybe that's the bug, ACARS. No, it's not fetching any winds. Oh, there we are. Load. Slow. Ooh, nice little tailwind on this sector. Lovely. QNH, or I should say the altimeter. Let's get the weather at our destination. So, no ATC unfortunately. Real world weather then. There we are. Oh no, can't I get ATIS from Rio? There we are. So landing runway 25 left, which is what we're planning. It's a visual approach available. RMP will request transponders. Blah blah blah. That's all good. Weather then. 230 14 gusting 22. It's a bit of a headwind. Scattered at 25,000. 13 degrees. Altimeter 29 at 80. So 29 at 0.80. Execute. We'll put some fixed rings in for the landing runway. Runway 25 left, fix /10 /4 VMC. What are we at? 31,000 feet, so 93 miles from the airport's roughly top of descent for situation awareness. There it is. So that's all done. Matthias, what is ice deviation on descent forecast and what do we put it in? I rarely put this information in on the real aircraft unless it's a large temperature difference, and it just it refines the VNAV descent management, but not to the point where I think it's worth putting it in 13 years. I've generally not done it unless it's a big deviation. But it basically fine tunes it. I always put the altimeter difference in, so it's make sure when you set the altimeter there's not a massive jump in VNAV, so that's always important. Good, fixed rings I've done, so the FMC's loaded. Now this is an arrival which involves no star, there isn't one, so if I just overlay this chart briefly, you can see what we're going to do is route direct to Bay, and then if you follow my mouse, route direct north of Milwaukee to Brands for a sort of downwind base leg. That's probably the most realistic way of flying this. We've got, now if we look at the chart in more detail, none of this we have at my operator. Is this Ian? I don't know, integrated approach navigation, but we're not using that. Course is 256. There is a second RMP approach which has lower RMP requirements, but this is the only one we could use on my operator, RMP 0.3. Course though, put in here 256. Again, this makes no difference on an RMP, it's just purely for situation awareness. That's the final approach track. No No minimas. LPV minima, again at my operator we can't set this lower minima as we don't have the required equipment. The lowest we can fly is LNAV VNAV minima, which is a decision altitude, because it's a sort of 3D approach. 1262 feet is the minima on the Barrow, which is going to be 580 feet above the ground. No way we're going to have any issues seeing the ground stay. So 1262 is the minima. I'll unlock my mouse wheel, that's how I can set it so quickly. Although if you go off the minimums dial, it zooms in very quickly. Oops, 1262. Perfect, that's set. Oops, 1263, 1260. 1262. Well, I can preset the altimeter anyway. There we go. Perfect. So frequencies, none to set, courses, minimums. Well, there is DME information, but it's irrelevant to our approach. I'll put Badger VOR on standby, which is 116.4, which is the same as the Trent VOR. How I know that, I don't know. And also Santiago in Spain. I've flown in Europe too much. 16.4 and Tenerife South. 16.4. So we're going to position in via Brands, Sitki, Fahey. Fahey is the final approach fix, 2,500 feet. 2,900. 2,500 for Hay. Sitki is the initial fix at 12.5 miles. I'll just tell VNAV I want to be doing 180 knots or less for base leg. There we are, very good. FMC now shows a correct glide path angle as well. Down to the minimums, go around, I'll push Toga once, go around, flat 15, set ground thrust, positive climb, gear up, 400 feet, LNAV, direct to Omto, Omto right turn bay, holding at 2,900 feet set. Can't fly this approach if it's below -20. Well, you can, you just have to use LNAV minima. There's helicopters around. And that's pretty much everything mentioned on the chart. Now, additionally, when we're flying an RMP approach, we have to check the required RMP, which is usually on progress page 4. It doesn't come up here but you can usually see what the RMP for the approach is, what modes we're going to use, LNAV, VNAV, landing gate 500 feet today, actions with visual, disconnect land, actions if not visual, go around is published. Fuel, landing 400 kilos to burn, we have 2.7 on arrival, 3.1 now, landing weight's going to be 62.3. Do the performance. I'll answer any questions in a second, guys. Just getting this all done. Weather's in. Calculate. So 1668 meters required. 2529 available. That's non-factored landing distance, no doubt. And landing 25 left. There's the cargo ramp, guys. We want to vacate at Alpha 4. So what I'm going to do is even try order brake 1. Nope. Not enough. Order brake 2. There we are. Order brake 2 will work. Alpha 4. So flat 30. Order brake 2. Reset MCP altitude. There's no restrictions, so let's just set a, I don't know, flight level 200 for now. Set. VNAV. Perfect. We've covered everything in the briefing. Performance, how we're going to fly the approach. Have any questions, feel free to ask. I'll now scroll through chat and see what I missed. Josh, hello, how are we all? Doing very well, thanks for coming in. Corey, how do you like this sound mod so far? I just got it and I think it sounds like the real thing. I think it's fantastic. Really, really nice. I'm not saying that because it was given to me free of charge, but it is a fantastic sound pack. We were listening outside, en route. I've never stood outside of a 737 at 30,000 feet, so I don't know what it sounds like, but it sounds great. But inside is spot on in various seating positions. Just replay the stream, guys, if you want to hear the sounds at various points. Very, very nice. Brandon, 21 months, thank you. I think you should try aerodynamic braking. What, speed brake or rudder? I have to go. Well, speed brake just makes the plane shake around a bit. Makes it a little bit louder in the cabin. Let's have a little listen here. Probably not going to hear it from here. Just a bit of bass. I'd have to move around my seat position, but I have no doubt it sounds wonderful. Who else did I miss here in chat? Flight to Sim, installed audio, checklist and explain. I had no idea I could have you as my FO. No. Don't use my voice. Makes me feel at ease with you flying with me virtually. It's hilarious. Unbelievable. Oh, John Morgan, love hearing the Badger VOR called Bay. Well, it says Bay. Sorry, John. I should say Badger VOR. Razidan says a question: how do you determine which minimums to use, MDA or DH? Are there any rules? Yes, so if we go on this approach here, firstly, LPV minima, you need the equipment on the aircraft. I think this is to do with integrated approach navigation at a guess, but we can't set that minimum when we have it. For us, we have approval to fly RMP approaches with LNAV, VNAV minima. Oof, bit of turbulence or something there. So long as this requires mandatory use of VNAV, by the way, you must use VNAV, you must use LNAV, and then you can set this decision altitude of 1262. If VNAV doesn't work, or you're outside, let's say, this temperature limit, so let's say it's minus 25, you can still fly this approach, but you have to use LNAV minima, because VNAV vertical guidance isn't approved outside the temperature range. So then hey, why is it? This is very unusual. I've seen this before. The LNAV minima is less than the VNAV minima. How bizarre! I've never seen this in Europe. In Europe, the LNAV minima is always higher. but if yes, interesting. That's a great question, Harry Hibbard. Why it's lower, I have absolutely no idea. Absolutely no idea. Very unusual, because VNAV gives better guidance. You could use vertical speed then and use lower minima. Great question. If anyone could find that out, I'd love to know. I'd love to know. But it's MDA instead of DA. Yes, this is an MDA because it's a non-precision approach. No vertical guidance. Let's say VNAV doesn't need to be used. You can still fly LNAV minima with VNAV though, so there's actually nothing stopping me from setting the lower minima. But we have to add 40 feet to this to ensure we don't go below the MDA. So an MDA. From an instrument approach point of view, you cannot bust. You must not go below in IMC. So that's why we had 40 feet to this. So you can eventually level off and not actually get below 1180. A DA is a decision altitude, so you can actually, as long as you decide at that height, 1,262 feet, to then go around, you can briefly go below it. So the inertia takes it below and then climbs the go around. So that's the sort of difference between MDA and DA. But yeah, MDA is associated with LNAV, DA is associated with LNAV, VNAV, and MDAs on every other chart I have seen is higher. I'll show you an example. Let's find. No, let's go to the UK. Let's look at Stansted. Why? I don't know. I love this airport so much. RMP. Look. Okay, LNAV, VNAV 710, DA, LNAV, MDA 770. It's always higher on the LNAV minima. I've never seen it the other way around until now. Unusual. Well, I don't want Stansted charts anyway. VNAV in the PMDG is doing a fantastic job. However, I've always been quite curious as to how it works, because here at 270 knots it's only doing 1800 feet per minute. Usually a smidge steeper. Thrust is idle. I think they've got some sort of witchcraft. Cat, I love the train leaving Stansted, brilliant. Deadmo have checked other versions of this chart, it's the same, so it's not a chart error. Oh no, Deadmo, I don't think it's a chart error at all. I think it's genuine. Yeah, it's genuine. So the LNAV minima is lower. I want to know why. I'd love to know why. Never seen it on any other chart, but only here. Turin says V1 Sim greased his landing earlier today. High bar to clear. Good luck. Yes, well, he was probably in some sort of Airbus device. Brother, yes, Jack is now asleep. We had Jack come on a second. That's, there he is. There he is. Look, he's absolutely. Disturb him. He's gone to the wind. He's dreaming. Bless him. Right. One, two, go. What do we got here? 11,500. Well, let's go down there. It's not a charted hard altitude, but something to set. Set the altimeter. 2980. Oh, 2977 according to Microsoft Flight Sim. Perfect. He's a sleepy puppy. Daniel says, Google says because of cold temperature corrections, obstacle clearance, glide path constraints. No idea how true though. Programmer says LNAV has missed approach point over runway. LNAV VNAV is 1-2 miles before. I think, is that just unique to that approach though? Never seen it before. Oh yeah, why have we had any failures yet? I've completely forgot about that. PMDG, aircraft failures. Oh, we have a failure. I'm not looking. Right, well, we've got a failure on. Well, let's... Well, there's no master caution on recall. No master caution. All looks okay here. Pressurization, let's just double check. Diff's good. Cabin altitude's fine. Fuel, 1480 aside, just under 3 tons, so we don't have a fuel leak. Tray table rear lav. All looking good, guys. There's nothing here which suggests we have a failure, but we have one. It's going to be a flat tyre or something. Or could be gear related. Captain failed. APU and op. Try opening the jump seat. It has a V1 simulation soundbite. What? Oh, I can't hear him. That is also the most uncomfortable seat in... Ooh, it's a bit grubby, isn't it? I love this texture sound set. Or is that the default? Where's the click spot to open? I mean, in real life, there's a couple of little switches here to push to move the headrest down. Then you lift it up, push. But how do you actually stow it? In where's the click spot for it? I don't know. Hydraulic leak? No, that's usual. 72% of flight's normal. It's, hydraulic fluid in the gear lines. It's all good. But there is a failure on. Wingtips fallen off. Oh, look at the traffic on that sim. Superb. Beautiful. Did you enable cabin sounds to the sound pack yet? No. Brake failure, maybe. It's going to be gear. Yeah, last stream we put the gear down and I had the nose gear didn't come down. I had to do a manual gear extension along with 20 other failures. Powerplay, still curious about that 6 light switch on the right side upper panel. What light switch? Is this what you were going on about earlier? And I went on about the retracts, and that wasn't what you asked. I don't know which light you're referring to. Recall on FO side shouldn't make any difference. You can push recall on either one and it recalls all systems. Speed brake. Oh, my speed brake was so extended. I didn't realise. Oops. Very flat round here, isn't it? Reminds me of my home, the Fens. Power plate logo, etc. Or where the logo light is. Ah. Power play, I don't know. I'm still confused about the 6 lights to the right side upper panel, and then you said the logo. Service light is on. Well, there isn't a service light. You guys are making me look around. Well, we'll have to find out what it is after landing. Alan Ben, great question. When is flat 40 used? I have recently started flying the 737 in the simulator. Generally with shorter runways. Flat 30 is the preferred default flap setting. Flat 40 for shorter runways. Ignore my voice crack there, like a spotty teenager, even though I'm not. Hard to believe sometimes. Right, 10.5 coming up. Next restriction brands, even though it's not a restriction, we'll go down to 6,000 feet. MSA is 2,900. So that is set. Oh, Andy, I have no idea then. Thanks, Andy M71. I think some operators have opted for a separate strobe light switch, which will give an extra switch. Ah, okay. So this is how we have it on our operators. So maybe some operators have a separate switch for the strobe. I think I've seen that on the classic 7.3, or the 400. Finley, what are you doing here, you young devil? At least you've hit puberty. I'm still waiting for a beard. I did once have a moustache. I was told to shave it off. Looks so sleek on the outside for a cargo bird, especially with that cockpit. Yeah, the NGs are clean. Such a good looking aeroplane. Very good wing. But yeah, I've made it very tatty in here with that texture mod. Very cool. Right, approaching 10,000 feet. Almost downwind. See what happens when we drop the gear. Saved a view for Jim. There we are, there's Jim's view. And Milwaukee is down here somewhere. Textures are still a bit there. Yeah, we've got to try 2024, haven't we, with this new texture update. Oh, Andy, thank you. CETA frequency 124575. Where on earth do you find these? There's the decel from Econ descent speed to 250 knots below 10,000. CTAF set. Milwaukee, thank you, Turin. Right, let's do the post-cruise checks. Fuel 4 pumps, lights, we turn on the fixed and turn-offs. Angular bank is... oh, I can't even see what that's set to. 25. Pressurization 4.0, set. Belts, no passengers on this. Recall, checks complete. I'm curious to what the failure is. Thanks, Andy, for that and answering Power Play's question. Andy's a long-term member of this channel and one of our best alpaca 737 pilots. I hope that's not the airport. I'm not going to get into there. Textures look fantastic, don't they? There's that airport anyway. Oh, freeze. Tower frequency on the chart is CETA. Ah! So 124575. Oh, so correct me if I'm wrong, VATSIM experts of America. The CETA frequency is just the normal tower frequency for the airport. Rubbing a screw fell out somewhere in the back, yes. Maybe the cargo door fell off, let me check. No. Right, sending 6,000, we best do the approach checklist. So, fuel. We've got 2.9 tons, need 2.4 to divert to Chicago to minimum block fuel. No frequencies to use today. Fixed rings, runway 25 left are in. No idents, no nav approach. Standby instrumentation set the courses as well, so the approach checklist is done. Oh no, Andy, you've been what? Alright, I'll go experienced. Yeah, CTAF equals tower, always monitor Unicom as well, since not every NA pilot follows CTAF rules. Me including Colin. I'm quite guilty if I'm honest. You can also type in .ctaf into the clients. Every day's a learning day. Right, we're all ready for this RMP approach then. Should actually probably bring the chart up. I pre-selected this before the start of the stream. There it is. So inbound to Brands. It's been very good, the PMDG today. Oh, the flight recorder, that's what I need to start. For the replay. Bogus today? No. What's bogus? Don't know what that means, Adam. I've started the flight recorder for the replay. Turning base. Beautiful. Oops, don't forget to settle our altitude, 2,900 feet. VNAV path. So it's a little bit late there. So 1 mile before we can step down to the next altitude. So 1 mile before Sitki I can set 2,500 feet. Because it briefly leveled off because I set a lower the MCP altitude is always respected by the autopilot in all pitch modes unless in approach logic, setting the missed approach altitude. Rambler, would you consider using Twitch yet and stream on both? No. No. YouTube's fine for me. Good, there's the decel, so it's slowly creeping to the upspeed. When it approaches the upspeed we can select flap 1. This has been very, very good. I do really rate the PMDG, it's fantastic. Beautiful. So approaching the upspeed, flap 1. Ooh, I don't have this option on R73 for the ground speed there. So open the speed window, it's staying in VNAV path, that's good. Can't quite hear the flaps, there's the leading edge device is extending. Slats and there's the Kruger. Unfortunately I'm not in really the best, I haven't got any decent views here for the flaps I'm afraid. Flap 5. Bug the flap 5 speed. 180 knots on base. A little bit fast here. Yeah, taxiing, Anthony, is still... Yes. Beautiful. Oh yeah, we'll turn the sounds up for landing. Well reminded, Brendan. Here we go. Very nice. This has been very good. Sun's beginning to set as well. Runway track 256 set. And we can now step down to 2,500 feet. Usually 10 miles, 4,000 feet high, but the elevation here is around 800 feet. So next thing's going to be the final approach fix 2 miles before for Hay. Oh, we've got one failure, Sasha. We have one failure. Who knows what it is? Well, yeah, we'll have to see what happens when we drop the gear. We've told it to have 2 failures, haven't we? Right, there's 10 miles. Great. Fantastic sounds. So there's a bit of thrust coming up there to maintain the flat 5 speed. Got a 26 knot headwind. It would be really ironic if we had a gear failure. Brilliant. The horses are fine, Lauren. Nice and stable on final. Lovely CDA on the RMP approach. The Bay, the Badger VOR. Jags. So next step is 2 miles before for Hay. No trailing edge flap asymmetry or trailing edge flap disagree. Leading edge devices are as commanded.
2,500.
There we are. So approaching descent. 1,300 feet. Verify VNAV path speed windows open. Your landing better be beautifully smooth with conditions like this. Oh, it's windy, Simbear, in my defence. It's very windy. Current surface wind here, if I just refresh the METAR in Milwaukee, it's 240 at 16 gusting 25. It's going to be quite choppy. Coming up to the final approach fix, which is at 5.6 DME. Perfect, so that's the final approach fix, 2,500 feet, and Jim has the same. Excellent. On to progress page 4. Vertically, we could be no more than 75 feet low and below 1,000 feet plus or minus 75 feet. Why that's blank, I don't know. You should have cross-track error there. There's 5 miles. Let's configure it out just in case we've got any problems. Gear down, flap 15. Amazing sounds. Match speed. Gears down, look green. Start switches. Continuous recall check. Speed brake. Arm green light. Landing gear down 3. In order brake 2, flaps 30. Because of that gusting wind, VRF plus 10 at least. Flaps 30. 30 green lights on. Cleared to land. Checklist completes. Beautiful. Phil Spencer, I've got plenty of excuses. Top of the white bar on the 737 is 1,000 feet AGL. That's when we set the Mr. Pro challenge. 2,900 feet. Checked. Right. Disconnecting. Oh, I started trimming those up when I disconnected. So on an RMP approach, you can leave the flight directors in. Should provide guidance all the way to touchdown, but it's not going to be as accurate as an ILS, so if they are providing guidance which isn't that great, get rid of them. Checked.
Minimum.
Continue.
500.
Checked. PMDG has been absolutely flawless on this sector, by the way. Just the handling. The handling here on final is actually very good. Rotation was a bit ropey, but the systems, the FMC, approach logic, amazing. Really good. Bit gusty, but it's quite steady. Usually be a bit choppier than this.
100.
Speed.
50. 40. 30.
Check.
20.
Close.
10.
Hold it. Fled a little bit too high. Very nice. Speed brakes up. Here the reverser interlock. Reverses. 80. Notice how quiet it is? Very realistic. It's only when you get a bit slow you'll start hearing it. Need a bit of manual braking here. 100 knots. Manual braking. Brakes are working fine. 80 knots. 60 knots. There we are, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Milwaukee. That was a very nice landing. Fantastic. Goodness knows what failures we have. Everything seems to be working here. Oh, I missed my exit. Never mind. I'll go to the end. Oh, and I've not done any C-taffing. How unprofessional. Perfect. Just turn up the sim. Spamming the flaps up button. Brakes are either all or nothing. There we are. Fantastic flight. PMDG excellent. Boris audio works excellent. Flight beam studio excellent. Any build studio excellent. The wear and tear textures excellent. What a realistic experience. Really. The best all-round flight sim experience I think you can still have. It's still Microsoft Flight Sim 2020. Amazing. Right, I'm just looking somewhere decent to park. I'm on the cargo ramp. I'm going to take stand 2 straight in. So we're not really going to explore all this amazing scenery from any builds, which is completely free to download. Right, so let's clean up. Lovely short sector. Hope you found it interesting and learned something new. Perfect. Taxi and music. Right, let's work our way from here. Out off. Trim 4 units. All the brake off. Flight directors off. Set that to 3,000. Rounded up. 100. This is my... Oh no, it's still taxiing the straight line here. That's fine. It's got a way to go. GSX, that's what I need. I do have a GSX profile here. There we do, yes. A cargo ramp. It's stand number 2. Don't need to follow me. We'll go with FedEx or Quantem. FedEx. That's all done. That can come off. Retracts, fixed landing lights, strobes, probes. Don't know what failure was. Don't know. What's next left? Two failures active. So we got the two failures. Probably APU. Failures that didn't impact my operation today. Oh, try not to. That was a little bit late out of the corner. There's the marshaller. The state of this class as well. Very realistic for an old cargo dog like this. APU's booting up. It'll be like cargo door doesn't open. There we go. Oh, I cannot judge the braking on this thing, it's so bad. Oh, here we go. I'll take it. Right, parking brakes set. APU's available. It's got on the bus. 2 blues, red, engine steady. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Milwaukee. Successful flight. Oh, well, there's a bit of a sudden loss of. Oh, put the AP bleed on. It doesn't quite spool down. There you go. The air conditioning sounds like that.
The boarding requested.
Perfect. Anti-coal off. Close flight. Right. Shall we see what failures we have? Oh, we've got bow. FedEx are not messing around. They want these parcels off. Oh, why am I getting the engine cut sound? Oh, is that... Oh, chock's in place. Oh, what's it? What? What are you doing? I've stopped. Is that meant to be some sort of dance? You have no parking brake red light. I think I do. It's just very dim in the PMDG. Well, I want to see what these failures are, right? I'm curious.
Boarding starting.
Okay, nothing that's going to affect my operation. Forward cargo fire loop. Watch this. Test. There you go, look. One of the loops has gone on the cargo fire. If we put it to A, it's going to illuminate. And if you put it to B, it's not. Let's get the engineers out. You can probably dispatch with one loop. DC ground service bus fail, so that's going to affect getting ground power to the battery. Great failures, great failures. That's really like non-issue. You're not going to know any of those has happened. Fantastic. Get rampaging. What? What's he doing? Brilliant. Oh, Hugh Morgan, I think this is something I'm looking to answer. LNAV, low on approach, the FAA have a lot of forming to work it out, but if there's an obstacle in the way, the LNAV can be lower height for crew to change that approach if required. Gives options. Amazing. So, I don't know what this guy's doing. Yeah, that's really interesting. So, I've never seen it in Europe on any of our charts, so it must be something unique into Milwaukee, which is giving lower minimum with LNAV. Fantastic. Thanks for the info there, buddy. Right, so looks like everything's being offloaded. There's our first big crate. APU is up and running. That was a fun flight. Last thing's to see New Sky. I mean, is it even worth looking? 'Cause you know what the odds are going to be. 10 out of 10. There you are. Cool, that's quite profitable. $13,900. Weather's still on. Yeah, I was testing it. Weather radar's off. Not bad, not bad. Oh, the Marshal has now frozen. That's great. All this data and information is very interesting. There we go. Right. So, we'll conclude the stream today. That was all the sounds then for Boris. I'm sure there's lots of other features I've probably missed, and you know, if you really move around the cabin, which I don't have because we obviously took the Boeing Converted Freighter, you're going to hear lots of noises. Why am I staring at the brakes? Yeah, really impressed. I'm going to keep this installed and look forward to seeing future updates and tweaks. Someone already mentioned there's going to be an update to the sound pack, which is great to hear. But yeah, it's been a fun flight today. Taking the Boeing Converted Freighter. I wanted to take this today because I really wanted to take that texture set for like an older looking NG because it looked really cool, and I wanted to, you know, you don't usually see that obviously on the NGs, but some of our oldest NGs do look a bit tatty. They're absolutely fine and functional. It's just, you know, wear and tear on the parts. John Moore, welcome to the Cream City. Ooh, what is this called? David, yeah, Friday's break with the weather radar. That's probably why he's dancing in a peculiar way. But yeah, good fun, and thoroughly recommend the sound set. Very reasonably priced as well, £10 or so. Wear and tear texture completely free to download. Again, all the information about all the senior and aircraft add-ons I use every stream is in the video description below. Right then, what we'll do is get rid of GSX, just so I can do the replay, and load up a panel state. Very short stream today, just to try out the sound pack, but I hope you enjoyed it. So, bear with me guys as I do pro stream stuff here in the background. I do know what I'm doing. Right, where is... How do I turn off Fly Live? There, Fly Live's going off. Turn off that music. Now I need to go and restart GSX. Otherwise we're going to be here all day watching stuff unload. There we go. It's very windy out there. That was interesting, those two failures. If I could have those two failures again on a failure stream, no problem at all. Right, PMDG, load panel states. Let's go for final executes. Hopefully that's closed the doors. It has. We'll put as many switches in position as possible. Otherwise you get these weird clicking sounds. So something like that. That's all configured. I think all the switches are now in the right position. Excellent. Just the flight directors. Don't worry about anything else. It's just for the replay. Here we go. Very loud out here. If I can replay music, go. It worked. Replay, go. It worked. I'm stalling. God, that's loud. I'm just going to turn the sim down slightly, guys. and the music. Crikey. Let's have a look at that butter landing. Load in quickly. John Morgan, it's the name of a nickname for Milwaukee. I didn't know that. Cream City. Interesting. Beautiful approach. Oh, Mark, replay without you. Okay, I'll turn it down a little bit. There you go. I've got to have replay music. Flared a smidge high there. Beautiful. Oh, that's great. You're welcome, Mark. Beautiful. Do on this perspective. I heard on the grapevine Microsoft Flight Sim might be having a flyby view on an update. I hope so. I had it in FSX. Let's turn these sounds up again. Yeah, a bit of a balloon, a bit late, a bit early flaring, sorry. Excellent. Superb. Well done, Boris. Fantastic sounds. Right, we're gonna have to go with that view. So let me just crank that replay back again. Somewhere like that. How far away am I there?
Couldn't find valid airport data at this position.
I don't mind.
Services are not available.
Good GSX, well done. There we are. Enjoy the view from stowaway passenger in the cargo hold. There we are. Trying to get everything in a good position. There we go. Awesome. So, yeah, where do I start? Thank you very much, Boris Audio Works, for sending out this sound pack. Fantastic addition to the PMDG 738. I'm going to be continuously using this moving forward in this aircraft. Flightbeam Studios and Indie Builds. I've had this scenery for a while for both of them. The Indie Builds one is free. Flightbeam Studios as well is available in the Contrail store. And the Wear and Tear texture pack, which you use the first time, completely free to download on the flightsim.to website, but be sure to check that out. To all the members that joined or gifted members, thank you very much, Sasha Say. Thank you very much for your generosity, and to all the members who continued support. Really appreciate it. All the regular viewers and subscribers, thank you very much for tuning in. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, stay up to date with the latest content. As we mentioned, busy the next couple of days working. I might try to squeeze a stream in, but no promises. I don't always post on social media every stream, so as I said, the best way is to subscribe and push the bell icon to know when I'm going to be streaming next. As mentioned, Fearless742 is going to make an appearance again very soon, and thank you very much to that new developer I never heard of who emailed me today to offer the Ariga scenery. I think that's from Microsoft Flight Sim 2024, and I think it was Lyceum Design, so we'll have a look at that very soon. Otherwise, take care, guys. Enjoy the rest of your week and upcoming weekend, and I'll see you all again very soon. Good evening.